Why are some people so completely lucky? By the end of this program, if it is your true desire, you'll have an entirely new outlook on where you are in life, where you want to go, and how to get there. And it's only going to take a few short minutes, so let's get busy. Now, that's pretty much the main point. You got to get busy to make this happen. Now, there are some people who are just plain lucky. Why is that? Only the Creator knows that. But maybe they did something extra special in a past life. Now, if you're thinking, oh boy, he's babbling about nonsense, go ahead, click away now, because you gotta buy into the law of attraction and the law of abundance for it to work for you. And it is working every single day all around you. Isn't it about time it worked for you too? Yes. Yes, it is. You are more than deserving. You work hard, and you enjoy doing a good job. And you're thankful for what you have, and you express that gratitude. Are you with me so far? You see, there's a spiritual force that permeates the universe. It's a spiritual energy or life force. And it's real, but it's easy to ignore. And that is the problem. Modern life is so distracting. How many people do you see every single day with their eyes glued to that little screen? Kind of like you're doing right now, but it's different because you're doing this on purpose, trying to improve your life, your outlook, and your prosperity. But the average person isn't doing that when they flip from one TikTok to another. They want eye candy. And chances are in about an hour, they'll have forgotten everything they just watched. It's just wasted time, spent doing nothing except allowing time to pass without making a positive dent in prosperity. Now, I don't want you to think I'm some kind of an expert, because I am not. But honestly, the way I see it, if someone was trying to leverage your spirituality and your wealth-gathering power to make money for themselves, they may succeed in the short run. But in the end, they're going to lose it all. You have to have a solid foundation. You must live a clean life with a clear purpose and positivity. Now, this is not easy even in the best of circumstances. But today, with everything you see in the media, both traditional and social media, and worrying about money and war and a multitude of other things, fed in part by drug commercials and exploitative news outlets that prey on the negative emotions that they can stir up inside you. Now, if you become addicted to the latest news, whether it's politics or finances, it's going to change the way you look at life. And when you do that, you're going to be looking the other way when prosperity walks down the sidewalk just out of your view. But you won't care, because as soon as the diabetes drug commercial is over, you're going to be right back on that roller coaster. It's a ride that won't stop. And in the end, it can kill. If not physically, it can kill your spirit. And you need to be aware of it and not let it happen. So here we go. How do the laws of attraction and abundance come into your life? You must invite them in. You must make time and space for the fundamentals and principles that cause the whole prosperity machine to work. Because let's face it, there are a lot of very wealthy people in the world. So much richer than most of us can even imagine. Most of us feel really rich with a few $1,000s in the bank. The truly rich own the bank. The truly rich are not only wealthy and not only lucky, but they're plugged into the spiritual force that permeates the universe. I'm willing to bet there's not a single ultra-wealthy individual who does not believe they deserve every penny of their wealth. And you might think, well, sure, they earned it, didn't they? No, most of them did not. A Bank of America study of the ultra-rich, the top 1%, those are the people who own the company that you work for, that you buy your food from, that own the trucks and planes and trains and ships and pipelines and all the infrastructure that make up the world. Those are the top 1%. It's estimated they control over 50% of the world's wealth and getting richer every day, leaving the rest of the 90% to fight for what's left. Those wealthy people often do work hard, but more likely they play. And they don't feel any guilt at all because they believe they deserve the good life. They embrace the concept that they are not like you and me. They know something the rest of us never learned or refuse to learn now. There's only one way for you to break the chains of servitude that the ultra-rich have placed upon most of us, and that is to practice abundant thinking and positivity. How can you do that if you have to work all the time and can't make ends meet? Every day prices go up and pay stays the same. How can you let the goodness of the universe flow through you and make your life into something beautiful? You have to do it yourself. It's magical. but it's not automatic. Unless you're one of those truly lucky people who were born rich, beautiful, and brilliantly smart. And you know, there are people like that. Lots of them. And almost all of them were born that way. They're not watching this video because they've got more exciting things to think about, like shoes to match the color of their car, a car you've never seen before and will never be able to find a dealership for because the rich have an entirely different set of amenities. Their houses, clothes, cars, food, vacations, schools, and lives are all more refined, more polished, more of everything. Sounds abundant, doesn't it? Sounds like an attractive way to live, but maybe not for you. You see, unless you were born into it or simply doggedly single-minded about success, that kind of life is not the kind that will make you happy. And really, that's what this is all about. It's not about money. It's not about beauty, even though no one will deny those are nice. No, the law of attraction and the law of abundance is about happiness, satisfaction, and positivity. Now, if you're convinced that you're simply unlucky and you will never amount to anything and always be poor, you're right. That is a self-fulfilling prophecy right there. And heck, what's easier than failing? I mean, anyone can do it, except the chronically lucky. But for the rest of us, failing is something we dread, and we do our very best to avoid. Being unscrupulous can create wealth, but it will not make true happiness. And even worse, it can destroy any future possibilities of satisfaction in your life. And that really is the only way to measure your success. Are you happy? Do you live your life in a way you're not ashamed to stand up and be counted? Simply living a good life. Being positive, unthinking negativity, and then reaping the harvest. You'll be able to use the laws of attraction and abundance for your own personal needs. Now it's time you stopped allowing the richest people in the world to have all the fun. I'm going to give you some simple rules. If you follow them, you'll increase your attractiveness to the universe, inviting it to please and reward you. But first, believe that you deserve to enjoy wealth, health, and happiness. Remember, it's not all about money. Even though once it starts flowing, you'll always have enough and never have to worry about it again. But that doesn't mean you won't have to work at it. But you won't have to worry. Once you know you deserve to be rewarded, do something you should do. Be kind. Be positive. Avoid negativity in all forms. Reframe any negative thoughts to keep the good vibrations emanating from you into the world around you. The people around you will benefit too. You will surround yourself with positivity and love, and that attracts what you need. Once you allow yourself to let go of those things that have been enslaving you, like pride and greed, you will suddenly discover you have an amazing ability to attract good people and wealth. And you will be grateful. You must be grateful for what you have and thankful for the opportunity to express that gratitude. Share the wealth. Don't worry, there is more than enough, and it will come back to you over and over if you share with a willing and generous spirit. Be grateful for everything, and you'll discover how rich your life really is. So basically, that's it. Believe you deserve. Be positive. Visualize what you want. Keep that image in your mind and focus on it often. Take action, because if you don't, prosperity will slip away and end up in someone else's pocket. But most of all, be a good person, and the world will offer its precious treasures as a well-deserved reward.